Yo, what up? What up?
What should the Rams do with the first-round pick?
Go offense.
Well,
that's it.
Can you narrow it down a little bit? Like, because I feel like that's a lot of positions there. At least a grouping.
Man,
maybe a grouping?
How about O-line?
No, I think that they go wide receiver. If O-line is there, then yes, definitely. But
wide
receiver.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I've been debating for it all day. When I look at what they did over the last 2 years, what they've done in the draft, they invested on defense. We know the names already: Kobe Turner, Jared Verse, Brady Fisk. We know all those names. But then I look at offensively, and right now, who's your number 3 wide receiver outside of, obviously Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua? I would love to go out and get someone else to go along with Tutu Atwell, who signed a contract extension. Maybe even there's a tight end that the Rams love. My original thought, I tweeted this a long time ago.
Is there any chance that T-Mac is there? Any chance T-Mac falls all the way down there?
Oh, Tetaroa, like Figueroa? Nah, Tetaroa gone. Ted McMillan is out. He done.
Okay.
He ain't going to be there. He done. He probably won't last till 15. But I said this a long time ago. I would love Omarion Hampton from North Carolina.
Oh, yeah, now you're talking my language. Here we go.
Yeah. So I would love him in the first round, and in the second round, but he probably won't be there. Another one of that Miami flavor in Mason Taylor, the son of Jason Taylor.
Oh, Jason Taylor, yeah.
Have Zach Thomas. I'm like, that would be ideal for the Rams. But then there's also another carrot that's dangling, and that carrot is Jalen Ramsey. He's not in this draft,
but there's
he's
talk.
Also been able to, there's talk possible trade. So I got the Rams doing whatever they kind of want to do, but I think this is a year that they go offense more so than what they did the last couple of years.
Cappy, let me tell you about Omarion Hampton in North Carolina.
Oh man,
you mean if he plays in the ACC? I know you.
I know you, bro.
Right.
I had them multiple times. This dude is built like an Adonis. Okay.
Yes.
He runs with a ferocity, okay? He wants to bull you over, okay? And by the way, it's not like he just is big and strong and just wants to bowl you over. He's got great feet. He will sidestep you and you're gone, okay? Like a little jump step and he's gone. He's got that kind of speed for a big back. He is impressive. The one thing he wanted to work on going into his last season in college was catching the ball out of the backfield. He did a much better job with that, despite the fact they had big-time quarterback problems at North Carolina. So, yeah, this dude, I think he's going to be the best back coming out of this draft. No disrespect to Ashton Jeanty.
Will he be there? That's the only thing. Will he be there for the Rams?
Maybe.
Some people are saying, but the Rams have Kyron Williams. Well, Kyron Williams put the ball on the ground for me too much.
Yep.
And Sean McVay has put up with it for long enough. Oh, that's my guy. That's my guy. You put the we said if you put the church's money on the ground, we can't trust you. So I don't trust Kyron Williams. I know they drafted Blake Corum last year, but still, I love to have another running back with that first-round pick or wide receiver. I think for the Rams, but I like where they're at right now. They may be even able to trade back. If they trade and grab another second-round pick, okay? If they grab another second-round pick and Jalen Milroe is there, Jackson Dart is there, or Tyler Shuck, don't be surprised if the Rams don't get them. Well, I'm just telling don't be out on the Shuck man. Shuck man can
you know what?
Right?
Listen, the biggest predictor of future injury is past injury.
No,
that dude never
that.
Stays healthy. Last year he stayed healthy for the first time in his life. He'd been in college for 7 years.
Yeah, he's 24 years old, that kid.
I get it. I know. He was Justin Herbert's backup. I get it. Look, the only thing to remember is that there's one thing if you're injury prone, but if they ask you to run the football like you're, Jalen Hurts or somebody, and you get tackled and you break your collarbone, that's called a freak injury.
There's always a bunch of them with him, though. There's always
called freak injury, and it happened to him because of a bonehead offensive coordinator. He finally got a good offensive coordinator, and what happened? The dude is now a possible first-round pick or early second-round pick, which falls right there for Sean McVay to do what? Groom his quarterback of the future.
It is not the skill set that worries me by any stretch of the imagination. As a matter of fact, of all these quarterbacks, Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, Jackson Dart, whatever, He's got the prettiest, nicest deep ball of all of them with a bullet. It's not even close. I know you did one of their games too, and I did their game.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not the skill set. It is the injury history that terrifies me.
Well, guess what? He could be on bubble wrap for a year or two because Matthew Stafford's not going anywhere. But I think the Rams know that they don't want to play this game of musical chairs, right? They don't want to play this hot and cold game with Matthew Stafford after every season. So at some point,
and Mrs. Stafford
Sean
too.
McVay, Mrs. Oh my God, I forgot about that. It was
right. Well,
they're a package deal,
right?
Package deal. But yeah, I mean that's what I kind of see, and so whatever. Cappy, been waiting to talk to you all day, brother.
Tell me.
Waiting to talk to you all day.
The Chargers?
All right, you already know, Cappy. You already know.
Tell me.
I said, how big of a mistake was it for the NFL to put the Chargers in the Hall of Fame game? Like, usually you put the Steelers, the Packers, the Eagles, the Vikings, teams that have a large fan base who will travel to Canton, Ohio to go see one of their members, their team members, go into the Hall of Fame. This may be the lowest attended Hall of Fame celebration. It may be like 30 people from San Diego who see Antonio Gates going to the Hall of Fame. Yeah. I feel bad, but the NFL had to throw him a bone, and I get it. But
he got hardball, man. It's good for TV.
Yeah, but I listen. I'll tell you what. I'm so happy for Antonio Gates because that guy.
I am for that for sure.
One of the things about Antonio Gates, for people that don't know the history, I mean, this guy to go from college basketball player, at Kent State, and by the way, he was recruited by Nick Saban to Michigan State to play football. That's where he started his college career. Mm-hmm. But then to find himself at Kent State and not be an NBA player and get a shot to play tight end in the NFL and not be good in his first year at all, but then literally turn himself into a guy who could, George, you took that big booty of yours one day and you boxed me out, okay? That's what Antonio Gates would do to dudes. He would box him out. I mean, he had games where he'd score 3-4 touchdowns in a game. He was unstoppable. And we always talk about Luka, how he's not fast or fluid per se. That was Antonio Gates. He wasn't particularly fast. He just knew how to use his body and create angles. I wish I was actually going to support the guy because I love Antonio Gates.
Hey, look, it'll be some people who support. But if they're looking for, like, the whole city to come out and shut it down, it's probably not going to happen. So
you don't think a lot of people are going to go from L.A.? They're going to be like, "Oh, Antonio Gates is going into the Hall of Fame. I got to go see that."
So let's talk about flights, guys. How hard is it to get to Canton, Ohio?
Well, it's all, you got to fly to Cleveland. You got to fly to Cleveland. You drive. It's not that far of a drive.
Red Eye from LAX on Spirit. It's no big deal.
No, don't. There's one direct flight.
United.
2 direct flights. Yeah, on United. But don't take the Spirit
Lindsay,
one.
Please. Tell him.
Don't take the Spirit
Lindsay.
one. That's a 5-hour flight.
There's 2
on that
United
plane.
flights. I was just there for an NBA game earlier this year.
It's hard, yes.
But yeah, and then you drive. It's an easy drive. What is it like 45 minutes?
45 minutes, maybe an hour.
Hey, Kirk, while we have you here, I know we don't have that much of your time, but, we started talking about the Rams. But jump back up. George and I were having this conversation earlier today about Shedeur Sanders. So if Cam Ward's going to go number 1 overall and if Travis Hunter's going to go number 2 overall, you think the Giants, for all this negative talk about Shedeur, you think the Giants take him at 3?
No, they can't take him at 3 because they don't have the time to do that. Their clock is already ticking. And so they've already they've told on themselves without telling on themselves, meaning that they haven't given Kayvon Thibodeau, who is their third-year player, his fifth-year option. So that tells me is that we're not giving him the fifth-year option, meaning that they're going to let him go in free agency after this year,
Abdul Carter,
which means that they're going to draft Abdul Carter. And when you hear signs, and anybody in Giants country knows that if you hear somebody say Lawrence Taylor, like everybody's ears perk up because they're looking for the next Lawrence Taylor. But you've already paid Brian Burns, who's on the opposite side. Now you have the more cost-efficient. If you draft Abdul Carter, they're not going to go Shedeur Sanders. I think Shedeur is going to be within that top 10 somewhere.
Saints.
I would love for him to be with the Rams. And if he slips the Rams, they would take him for sure. The Saints, obviously, we're eyeing that. There is going to be the wild card of all of this.
The Raiders.
So the wild card of all of this is pick number 4. What do the Patriots do?
Oh, don't take a trade out.
They're linking them to a tackle. I get that. But they could be this, hey, if you want Shedeur, come get him. We're open for business. Vrabel and those guys, they're trying to get more picks. we know it's going to be Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, then you go with Abdul Carter, and then the draft starts. And now we have no idea what's going to happen with everybody holding their first-round pick, first time since the draft era, people. That's unbelievable that everybody's holding their pick. But when they come forward, I believe that's where we start to get our first trade where somebody jumps up to go get a player.
All right, and what do you think about the Raiders? What do you think the Raiders do at 6?
Raiders!
You're talking to Raider Cap,
to
you know.
me,
Oh, that's right, Raider Cap now, yeah.
Raider Cap. You got to understand right now, people are eyeing what the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to do. Because now you have some Ram flavor in there with James Gladstone as their new general manager, Liam Cohen, and now they've thrown out the flyers out there telling everybody they're linking themselves to Ashton Jeanty. But I'm saying, when do the Rams, have they ever drafted a running back high outside of Todd Gurley? That was a different regime. Liam Cohen is from the Rams coaching tree. James Gladstone from the Rams executive tree. They don't draft running backs high.
Yeah, that's nonsense.
They go more running back by committee. So I like that they're leaking that they're going to get Jeanty, but I believe that they're going to find a trade partner, go somewhere else, and Ashton Jeanty will be wearing silver and black as the Raiders running back.
Oh, I would love that.
I cannot wait.
I would love
I
that.
can't wait till Omarion Hampton is better than him.
Wow. Really big fan. Big fan, huh, George?
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, I have
man.
I have not seen a college football player up close that I was more impressed with than Omarion Hampton when I saw physically what he looked like and then what he did to teams on the field.
Yeah,
right.
Unreal. He's ready. And look, he's another one of those guys who lives under a squat rack, and you can tell.
Yeah.
He's very quad dominant. Lives under a squat rack.
Yeah.
Cappy.
You'd
Quad dominant.
You'd look at him and you'd be like, dog, what's up with those quadzillas?
Yeah. Oh, I would love to see those quads. Maybe we do a little squatting together. You know, I could judge his form.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
All right, Kirk, I know you got to run, man. We will talk to you tomorrow. Oh, no, you're going to be with Travis tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm going to Legends Attic. I'll be out in Claremont, man. So everybody come through. Isaac Bruce will be there. I'm hanging out with Travis. We're getting this football draft started early tomorrow morning out there in Claremont. So come by Legends Attic, fellas.
All right, peace out.
All right, fellas.
Hey, good luck to your